Alright, I don't really have a lot of information to say about this commentary, but I'll jam-pack it for you. I'll try my best. How do you do? My name is Monologi, that's a bloody hand in black and white. And I'm going to talk about Unusual Planning 2, the official sequel to Unusual Planning, one of the most viewed and possibly one of the most popular short films on my channel, which I made earlier this year, back in March of 2017. I want to talk about the conception of this whole series because the Unusual Planning, in quotes, franchise, the idea just came pretty quickly. I was inspired mainly by big popular horror films. I wonder if you can guess what these are. Saw and Psycho. I wanted to make them really cheap and make them really quickly, get some practice here and there, use different techniques to improve my craft. Now, before I go on with this commentary, I want to say two things. One, if this video gets 10 likes, I'm going to make more commentaries. So make sure you get a lot of thumbs up on this video. Give so you can receive. Second, the difference between Unusual Planning and its sequels, that Unusual Planning was more the flight of the fight or flight response, where Golic had to run away from the police instead of fighting through them. But in the sequel, it's vice versa. He has to fight his way through the police by using boxing gloves. So this is a representation of the fight or flight response if you watch two films back to back. The picture over there that you see, that's a Fujifilm instant photo. It was originally supposed to be a picture of Golic's girlfriend, but I'm single. Yeah, no girlfriend for me, unfortunately. So it had to be a picture that I took earlier on with this camera, Fujifilm camera, of my yard in my old house through window blinds. But it still works pretty decently. The name Golic comes from Alien 3, obviously. I chose that name because both characters, Golic in my film, Golic in Alien 3, they're pretty zany. They have bad intentions, but they're interesting characters to view and observe. And this is the first short film I shot in black and white since Taped Leaves. Mainly because I wanted an expressionist style. I wanted to show that this short was darker than the last one, because people came to me and told me that Unusual Planning was more comedic than serious, and I wanted this to be a lot more serious. And it just looked darn cool. So I originally shot it with orange lights. I positioned a lamp on the sink and shot it with orange construction paper. But what happened was it just didn't work that well because it gave the room a dark tone. So I transitioned to black and white because not only it looked lighter, but it had a decent exposure. Okay, I'm sounding redundant right now. Other firsts would be, this is the first short film that I shot on a DSLR. It was the Canon T6i with a 18 to 55mm kit lens, and it was the first one in widescreen, like super widescreen, like 2.35 aspect ratio, but I just put black bars in front of the 16.9 widescreen in editing. My experience with DSLRs for this film was actually not different from the point-and-shoot cameras, because even though the DSLR had a rotating screen, I barely used it that much because I was so used to point-and-shoot cameras like the Canon PowerShot A560 and Sony CyberShot series that I just didn't use the flipping screen that much. And Sometimes I had hard with focus, like I didn't use autofocus for this, I used manual focus because I thought it would give the best results, but the next time I make something like this, I'll use autofocus. As for this shot right here, I positioned my camera to the right side of the door, and on the left side, I positioned a smartphone, and I turned on the flashlight on it, put it on one of those smartphone grips that you put on top of tripods, and I put that obviously on a tripod, and it just gave this cool that cool police officer light effect. Now this is the end of the commentary, and stick around because there's another sneak peek, just like my other commentaries, for my next upcoming short film. I hope you enjoy it, and like I would say, have a nice day. Hello, my name is Gray. Well, with an orange shell, actually. But anyway, I'm here to show you this wicked jar with all these little white crystals in it. You know, we're not playing a game where you have to guess every single crystal in the jar. I mean, no, that's for jelly beans. But the question is, if you do know the question, of course, is this jar salty or sweet?